right. Been waiting for this box for a few weeks and excited to open it. So this is my kit from MG Metalworks to do the four-wheel drive conversion on a Ford Econoline van, like this one right there that I've been building out. So these are the custom pieces that go along with all the other OEM pieces that you have to buy in order to mount a F250 or F350 Super Duty front axle and transfer case into a Ford Econoline to turn it into a four-wheel drive vehicle. So this is the design from Michael Gabriel, who's been producing this kit for a number of years, and you can find information about it on the forums, like the Sportsmobile forum and other places if you search. You can also find his website for MG Metalworks, and then their storefront at expovans.com. So Michael's been great in providing information, sent me an email with all kinds of documents, parts list, and everything to go with this kit. So there's quite a few different kits out there to do the four-wheel drive conversion or to do a two-wheel drive lift to give yourself another 4 or 6 inches of clearance to allow yourself to take the van a little more off-road. But I thought, hey, as long as I'm going to spend the money to do a lift, I can put the front axle in there and then later come along and add in a transfer case and do the transmission modification in order to do the full four-wheel drive. So, all right, $2,000 spent on the custom parts. Let's take a look. Get the bill of lading off here. Oh, all right, just take it off like that. And very well packaged. The driver rolled it out of his vehicle because this is one heavy package. I think it came in at over 80 pounds, and it being just full of metal bits, I don't think there'll be a problem, but we'll go through it and make sure. I'll get a little more leverage on this. Okay. And there's some metal staples in here too. Keep it secure. So I don't know, I might have to grab a pair of cutters real quick to get through these staples. I think I will do that. Let's see. Just happen to have a pair sitting inside the door. I'm here out on the front porch. Didn't see myself carrying this heavy box around anywhere else. Might as well just unbox it right here on the front porch. It's a nice February. Oh no, it's just started March. We're March 1st here in Tucson, and the weather's quite pleasant. The sun's going down, and just jacket. So I might as well just unpack it here. One more staple. There we go. So, I look forward to installing this kit and first getting the van lifted, and then later I'll do the transmission modification and the transfer case addition with the new drive shafts. Hope to find a electronic shift on the fly transfer case to make it really easy. This is the only kit that I found that uses the coil springs and allows you to use a 2005 or later front axle with the lift and the four-wheel drive conversion, and that allows you to have all the sensors on the front axle to support the stability control system. Some of the other kits out there would require you to disable the traction control system, and I wanted to keep it for my van, so I'm going to be on the lookout for one of those front axles in a junkyard. Okay, well, everything's all wrapped in shrink wrap. I think the easiest thing to do is just dump it out. The box has already taken a few rolls anyway. There's the solid CAD designed and CNC cut metal that's been welded together. We'll start cutting through the wrap. And I've not seen a picture of what's included in the kit, so this will be my first look at it too. Boy, is it wrapped. I see some gorgeous welds in there though. That's better than I would do. Cutting and they're cutting and they're cutting. Those look like some complicated brackets. The other thing with this kit is that it does not require any welding on the installation. Everything is all bolt in. So as I'm starting to get my first look at it here, I see all of the holes have been drilled to bolt up to the stock locations. So I'll be removing some of the brackets, existing brackets from the van, and installing these to do the installation. Wow. Michael, you must have put a lot of labor into wrapping this. The new layers as it's got. Wow. Looks like it has 10 or more layers to it. Okay. Hey, there's one bracket free, and look at that. Michael says he doesn't do the installation of these anymore because he's so busy with his fabrication business doing new designs. He's got a laser cutting shop that I guess he's backed up on orders and he's doing a lot of work there. But there's a lot of community support for doing these installs, and Michael is very responsive to emails. But yeah, that is a complicated design. Let's cut some more in here. I'm trying to get more of this. Wow, should have gotten a bigger knife. This one's just a little tiny. As they said in the movie, that's not a knife. And I need the big one, where I can say, that's a knife. My worst Australian accent. Get this installed, I will have an Alpic back roaming van. Oh, boy. Getting frustrated watching me do this because I'm taking forever. Well, it's just because it takes forever. There's a lot of wrapping there. Okay. Oh, I think we're pretty much free now. I look forward to finding out what all of these pieces do. That is just one complicated bit of design. I would not want to have to duplicate that. Just the amount of welding, the number of pieces that are in there. So you see this plate has been folded and welded onto this, which has this, and another piece here. And let me see if I can count how many different pieces of metal had to be cut and welded together. So there's one, a rib in the center for stiffening, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, flip it on the other side, 8, 9, 10. And did I count that one already? Or does that make 11? Maybe I'll count that again later. Ha ha ha, I like to count on Sesame Street. That's one piece of metal. Ho, ho, ho. these must be for the radius arm supports. Oop. Just one little bit left. So I'm gonna do three. All right. Wow. So that would be the radius arm support. And you can see the amount of drop on this. You see how it bolts up onto the frame rail, and then that is, I'll have to measure that. That looks like more than 6 inches of drop on that radius arm. But again, marvelously designed and cut out and welded together pieces. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that's all there is. Maybe 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, actually, I think there's only 4 pieces welded together there to make that up. That is ingenious. The number of folds. Oh, I guess that front piece is a 6th. But that is really, really slick. So that is these two, left and right radius arm supports. And this must be the spring perch here. So I have 2 of these. I get oriented. Oh, okay, ring it like a bell. So I don't know which is left and which is right, but they're mirrors of each other. And again, a fairly complicated bit of engineering there. Nice design, Michael. That is really going to look slick. And I don't know what this is. I'll be reading the instructions to find out what each of these pieces do. Some of them are fairly obvious, but others I'm going to have to figure out, I guess. And a couple of spacers. These are in the small parts section. Oh, right, there's a custom modified steering arm. And I had to get take a picture and figure out which steering arm was for my van and send that to Michael so that he could make me one or modify me one for the lift so that the steering works correctly. And what else is in there? Looks like 4 pieces. I don't think these are shackles. I believe that comes separate for the rear end. I'm quite sure what these are, but 4 additional bits of CNC shaped material. CNC cut, CNC shaped. Try to put those 2 words together. Weird. All right. And that gives me a lot of pieces to ponder. Of course, I need to figure out how I want to finish these. I do have a local powder coater here in Tucson, North American Powder Coating, that I use for a lot of my work. I'll have to take these bits, buy them, and get a quote. MG Metalworks or Expo Van leaves these parts unfinished, so it's up to you whether you want to paint them or powder coat them or how you want to go. But for me, I prefer to powder coat things because it's a very durable finish, and it's actually, it doesn't really cost any more than painting the pieces. Just take them down, say, here you go, and hand over the pieces, and they sandblast them and powder coat them and hand them back to you. And by the time you went through cleaning them up and priming them and painting them and all that, the expense and the labor, just drop it off. powder coating places shoot black, either satin or gloss or flat, several times a week. If you wanted a custom color, it's going to cost you more, but if it's going to be black, just get them powder coated. So, all right, now that I've got this unpacked, I can carry it into the house, now that it's not one huge pile of metal, and admire these pieces the rest of the evening.